Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 94. I'm your host, as always, Dan from Playtest VR, and I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Samson. How are things? I see you wearing your Supernatural hoodie at this point. How's it?
Oh yeah, I got my Supernatural hoodie, I got my bubbler hat, and I got this new mic that makes me feel like I'm on NPR. So come one, come all on this VR journey through the metaverse.
I like how you're going straight up to the mic as you're talking, where like, you could literally stand back and it'll be fine. You don't have to. You don't.
No, you've got to lean in for the emphasis.
Someone's excited about his new mic. We have lots to discuss about today, so kind of let's get straight in with part one. What we've been playing, Samson. I know both of us have had a couple trips around. You know, we met each other in Boston just over a week ago. Well, yeah, just over a week ago now.
My man is tall.
Yes, we met near the Harvard grounds, and it was kind of weird for me. I don't know about you. I've not really spoken to you about this, but to me, it was kind of weird seeing you. I was like, he is a real person. He is alive. He is in the flesh. Because I always
and I was, you were already seated, so you were probably looking out. You're like, on the prowl, so to say, and I'm just like, where is this place again? Where am I going? But yeah, it was pretty surreal.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. It was nice, short, but still nice, and we had some good tacos too. But you know, in the midst of all that, what have you been playing? Any VR? Have you been getting into those virtual worlds, or have you been busy in real life?
Both really. I did bring my Quest on both my trips, though one of my trips is too short to use it. But I did intro VR to a couple people on my Denver trip. But outside of that, I've been playing my Synthriders. I got hooked on Galactic Catch.
Talk about Galactic Catch. It sounds galactically real fishing, basically.
Yeah, essentially it's mechanically identical to real VR fishing. It's just that the sceneries are not real life. They are fantastical. And there's 2 different planets. Each planet has 3 fishing holes, if you will, that they look different, but they have the same vibe, is the kind of deal.
Right.
And then there's one final sort of boss fish, if you will. I'm not going to lie. After the first 90 minutes of this game, I switched to one-handed reeling because I was getting sore.
Your left wrist was getting tired.
Yeah, I couldn't reel. Yeah, I could not keep it real.
I feel you on that. I know that problem. But continue.
So I did switch to one-handed reeling. It was great. It feels good though, and essentially it's a perfect game for me. You're doing pretty much 3 to 5 different sequences. You're going left, you're going right, you're going up, and then you got to reel in at the right time. Don't let it get too taut. Don't let it get too loose. I think the only time I lost a fish was when I purposely tried to see what just happened when you would lose a fish. I didn't find it challenging. There were a couple times where I felt like tracking, it wasn't really getting where I was going, and then you'd have to just do it longer. Mm-hmm. Generally, you had to do 2 to 3 of these mini games to fully catch a fish. Whether or not you knocked it out, it seemed, you'd still have to do 1.
Okay.
Even if it felt like it was closer, that was a little weird. That probably happened like 3 or 5 times where I was like, this should be coming in, but it's clearly just wanting me to do this mini game thing again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was hooked. I kept being like, one more fish, just one more fish. And it gives you missions. It's a very vague story. I wasn't in it for the story, but the missions do keep you playing because you have to use certain bait to catch certain fish to unlock the next story or mission.
Yeah. Is
and you
there
can upgrade.
is there multiplayer in here? Because I know real VR fishing thrives upon its multiplayer.
There's absolutely not yet,
No.
but I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, though, Dan. The game ended, and I expected credits to roll, and credits did not roll. And if you don't want a spoiler of Galactic Catch, skip the next 15 seconds.
You can't
It
pause for
said
15 seconds.
it said I wanted to give them a chance to skip. It said to be continued.
I love how you skip 15 seconds and you're gonna wait 15 seconds to say.
I was gonna wait 5 seconds to let them make sure they skipped, and then I was gonna say it. I don't want them to be fumbling for their phone.
I'm crying,
or whatever. You need to give people that people aren't automatically at the skip ahead 15 seconds button. Sometimes I'll give them a second to get to it. I'm a man of the people.
I misread that and completely thought you were just going to wait 15 seconds.
No.
I was like, what?
All right. That was enough on Galactic Catch. It's only like, I think 11 or 12 USD.
Yeah.
I was given a key, full disclosure there. I do think it's worth $12.
It's reviewed well. It's reviewed well.
If you're into that type of game, though, right? You're doing simple things. You could listen to a podcast if you had it outside of the app playing while you played this game. Easy. I was hooked. The music's pretty good too. The music is pretty intense. So VR fishing does that too, though.
Yeah, that's fair. No,
and there's an aquarium. I haven't messed around with the aquarium in the slightest because I don't care.
That sounds cool though. I'm assuming the aquarium you can just see all the fish that you've caught, right? That's a cool
You can
idea.
select how many fish to put in. You get a couple aquariums. You can unlock decorations.
That's nice.
The whole shebang. It's not for that part's not for me.
That sounds fun. I actually like that idea. Real VR fishing doesn't really have that where you can display the fish, or can you?
Yeah, it has an aquarium in real VR fishing for sure. I think you can customize bits of your lodge there, but I'm not sure on that.
I need to go back then. I have not seen that part in real VR fishing, but I've kind of just jumped into a multiplayer session with either you or Jenna or someone else and such. So yeah. That's fair enough. I've been playing more Hubris on PSVR 2. It's become so hot in the world, not just here in Vancouver. In Boston it was very hot last week as well, and then also rained, towards the end, but like very hot. But the issue is now I've finally bit the bullet. I bought an air conditioner for my room, which is amazing. But the issue is my PlayStation VR is in the living room. And I don't want to move it into my room and do all that shebang. So I was playing Hubris for like 20 minutes a week ago. Sweat completely all over the headset.
You need an extender so you can wire it all the way into your room.
I need a hell of a long extender. My room's on the complete opposite side of where the living room is. But I played some more this morning, actually. I got some in the morning whilst it was cooler. And pretty much, I would say I've almost finished chapter 2. I expected chapter 2 to end at some point, but then it just continued. It just keeps going on for a while. Few things to note. PSVR 2 just got an update, a patch rather, for Hubris to improve its climbing, and it is noticeably better. I was noticing in PSVR 2 version, I think I mentioned this in the last podcast or last couple podcasts, where I've try to jump off the ledge and just not being able to cling on and just drop every single time. That doesn't happen as much now. It does. I've definitely see the improvement. In the podcast last week, Show spoke about like walking around on the pipes and finding it difficult sometimes, where I don't know if they patched anything on the PSVR 2, but I came across the pipe section and didn't have an issue walking across. So I don't know if they just fixed that through the patch. Quest 2 hasn't got a patch. It's only for PSVR 2, so I don't know if it was a more significant problem in that version or they're still working on the Quest.
Yeah, I didn't have trouble.
Yeah, there's a couple. I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying the game. Like I said before, the visuals are beautiful and it gets me in. There's a couple of things that I'm not frustrated about, but like antsy antsy is the word about. Like I'm like, okay, I want some more. So the couple things is one, the variety of gun types. I know I've got the pistol. I've got the upgraded pistol now for the drones and such.
How upgraded?
Not very upgraded. Not very upgraded, and it's frustrating me because I don't like the pistol. Like it's a pain to just shoot, and then I have to reload it every like 3 bullets or 4 bullets at the moment. It feels
like seven
it
or
feels
11.
like I'm shooting and then I have to reload, and like every single person I kill or every single drone I kill, it's a reload straight after. And when there's like,
oh, for sure,
and I'm I don't know if it's because this game gives me so much of like a Halo kind of vibe of being on a ship or something like that, and I'm missing those Halo guns because those Halo guns are iconic, those, and I'm missing those kind of fun blasters.
The guns. I got news for you. Don't get better. The pistol's the best one.
The pistol's the best one. See, that's sad.
No, it does. It is better when it's maxed out because you have the max ammo, and I don't know if you have the laser pointer.
I have
yet,
the laser
but
pointer.
That helps.
Yeah.
That
I have the laser pointer. Fair enough. Because I know you've rolled the credits on Hubris now.
Yeah, I have. I've got news. It was so long ago too, since we took a week off, that I forgot. But yeah, I crushed that game. I needed to finish it, and I very much enjoyed it.
Did you feel like it took you long, or like 5-6 hours, like people have kind of spoken about?
I think it took me about that length of time.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's one.
Though I felt like I was in it longer. I'm not sure because my quest tracks my move, right?
Yeah.
And it said I was only in it like 4 hours, and there's
Wow.
no way I beat that game in 4 hours. I promise you.
Maybe it just feels longer because I did the playthrough today. I was in it for about 35 minutes, and it felt like I was there for an hour and a half. I don't know if it makes you feel like you're playing it for longer, which fair enough, but that's one. And the other thing that's slightly frustrating is the human enemies. Now that I've encountered human enemies, they don't really.
They're dumb.
Yeah, or they're just like placed in an area, or they spawn in an area, and then they just start shooting at you constantly. But they don't really. There's no like movement really to them. There's not much going on.
They don't move too much.
No, they don't. They kind of like stay where they are. They're not. It feels like I'm going back to N64 GoldenEye kind of like feels of. That's my 2 gripes right now. The actual gun types, and it's a shame because I think this game would thrive if it had more fun ammunition, some like alien ammunition or some futuristic ammunition. That would be cool,
for sure.
Rather than having, the pistol kind of, it fires some sort of, it's a bullet, but it looks different when you fire it, sure, but it's not much variety, and plus it looks pretty basic as well, the pistol.
Oh, the shotgun is okay too. That one's decently fun because of its secondary fire.
Interesting. Okay, I'll reserve all my gripes, but I'm still enjoying it. But it's just those couple things that is.
Those things are very valid. I had a hell of a lot of fun playing, regardless of. It feels like when I go back to play Crash Bandicoot 1, this is a great game. I'm enjoying this. Did Crash Bandicoot 2 and Warped expand on that? Yeah. Are those also great games? Yeah. But I don't go back and play Crash 1 and think, oh, I really wish I could ride a motorcycle or whatever the things that they added, the double jump, I don't know, slide.
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it makes me look forward to Hubris 2 when I'll get better guns. I'll get refined things. But I'm glad that they came out with this.
Sure, absolutely.
And I had so much fun.
No, absolutely. Especially as an indie title. It's really, really well done. But it's just a little frustrating. And I think maybe this is also frustrating me, is that there's a game around the corner called Synapse for the PSVR 2, which
you got to get in.
And I really want to play that. A lot of people are playing it right now. It came out like a week or 2 ago. Maybe I might be wrong on the date, but it came out very recently. And that looks really fun as hell with the guns and the force mechanics, and like a Jedi kind of force mechanics and such.
For sure.
Telekinesis is what I'm trying to say. So The thing is, if I buy Synapse, I am not playing Hubris. I'm not finishing that game. It's going to be like Walking Dead, where I've just put it on the back burner. As much as I love Walking Dead, it's still on the back burner. So I'm just holding off. I'm being sensible. I'm holding off. I'm not buying Synapse. I'm holding off for now. I'm going to finish Hubris. I'm going to make that a LTO promise right there. I will finish Hubris. I can't tell you when, but I will finish it. And I will not buy a PSVR 2 game until I can finish it. Unless Synapse comes on a sale.
This is why Synapse just came out. It's like, it was on a sale pre-sale.
That's true. That's true.
I had to finish it that week that I started playing it. I knew if I wanted to. I was like, I'm having fun playing this, and I want to see how it ends. And there's a rider, like a speeder bike section that is absolutely chef's kiss.
Wicked.
But yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Anything else you've been playing?
Despite its flaws. Yeah, I've been playing a bit else. Townsman VR. I started that one. It's sort of you're in charge of an island of little people, and you're big like Endymion, but you can get smaller, zoom in if you will, and it has missions that involve expanding your civilization.
Nice.
And then you get a new your team, your population moves to a new island that's generally bigger. I just got to the 3rd island.
Nice. That's Township,
but I'm enjoying
Township VR, right?
It's called Townsman.
Oh, Townsman. Okay, I don't think I've seen that one, unless I'm thinking about Township. But the only other
this one's on Steam.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. The only other game that I was playing is that I finally did the night mode in Walkabout Mini Golf for the Journey to the Center of the Earth.
What'd you think?
Wicked. It's wicked. The fact that you have a completely new mechanic, which is torches or flashlights for you Americans, or North Americans rather. The fact I'll speak in North American here. The flashlight the mechanic is so good. It's so good, and it's cool because everyone else, you can see everyone else's flashlight too, and they can kind of help you by flashing whilst you're putting and such, and that's kind of nice. And I like the fact that they have an option where if you don't like this because a little bit too much, you can go headlight, and that makes it much easier. It's still dark, but it illuminates a lot of a much bigger area.
Did you use a headlight?
I've switched back. I did headlight for a hole or maybe half a hole, but then I was like, you know what, I want the full experience, so I went back to flashlight. I can see myself going to headlight if I just want to play that one casually and such. But the flashlight aspect of it is really cool. It's really, really cool. I actually did well. I remember getting +1.
It's pretty good.
I was on -1 at one time and evens, but yeah, I ended up on +1 in the end. I was playing with Dave. I promised not to speak about Dave's score, and we'll leave it at that. But
it was that good. Wow, he really doesn't want to brag.
He probably played the best golf I've ever seen him play in his life. But no, absolutely wicked, and
that man is so modest.
Yeah. So modest. But no, absolutely wicked. I love new mechanics. I've said it before. I can't speak to how hard it is because I got +1 and it was more of a maybe beginner's luck,
Could have been.
But yeah, +1, not bad. It was a great course. But yeah, that's everything I've kind of been playing. Anything else from you?
All right. Townsman VR, by the way, is also in the Rift store. So
good to know.
Say that. I started and played a little bit of Paradiddle. It's a drumming app. And I have no rhythm. I struggled through the tutorial.
Wow. Paradiddle.
That's a Steam game, feels really cool. Huh?
That's a Steam.
Yeah, Steam, yeah. It feels really cool. You can build a whole drum set. And then it plays sort of like Guitar Hero things coming at you where you got to do the drums. You can get a USB kick if you want a real experience.
Oh, wicked. That's fun.
I have not done that yet, but
you got to get past the tutorial first. and then you can get
Yeah,
yourself some accessories.
precisely. And then I briefly hopped into, and I think I want to convince somebody to buy it, Grapple Tournament. It feels like Unreal Tournament back in the day. Free movement. You got to grapple. You're going up and down. It's free for all.
Mm-hmm.
Team death matches. It's fast paced. You're dying. You're getting health pickups. You're getting cool weapons that do various random bullet things. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It's motion sickness in a bottle.
Fair enough. Anything else?
And that's about it. I just finished day 1 of my summer VR camp.
Oh, nice. How did it go? How did it go?
A little fatigued, but day 1 went pretty good. Pretty good. We got them into the lab on Steam. We got them into the Blue, which is also on Steam, sort of a whale watching, fish watching thing, short video. We got them into Hands Physics Lab and Cubism for hand tracking on the Quest. And I think that might be all we got into. Oh, no. Star Wars Droid Repair.
Nice. So a nice little like introduction of a bit of everything. You know, a bit of hand tracking, but just standard, and then Droid Repair is more of a 3 Degrees of Freedom kind of game, right? So
exactly.
Oh, nice little intro. So when's the next session? Is it weekly or is it every day?
It's every day this week, and there'll be one more week of it the first week of August.
Nice. Amazing. Okay, so let's go into a hot topic of the show, and this is like I would say a guest topic in a way. So Dave, as we mentioned earlier, from who I played Walkabout Mini Golf, patron of the show, he put an interesting question on the Discord yesterday, and I kind of wanted to speak about it. So he said, what feature / thing are you waiting for to buy on the Quest 3? You know, what are you waiting for the Quest 3 to be a purchase for you? Is kind of what he said. He said it in a bigger paragraph than that, but I'm paraphrasing. So before we kind of discuss it on our end, we've had some Discord and Patreons kind of chime in to what they would want. So Dave himself, who obviously posed the question, he said he needs an external battery strap and a VR prescription lens. He says that the power bank and cord system probably won't work for him now because he's so used to the Bobo VR. And I guess you can kind of speak of that. And I'm missing out on the Bobo VR. I can't even imagine not having a wire attached to me anymore.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's necessary.
Then we have a new Discord member. I do not know how to pronounce the name, but Elisim, maybe.
Honestly, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Probably not.
I usually use their first name, but I'm not going to use that now because I'm not, sure they want that out there.
Fair enough. They say more than 128 gig, hoping for 512, and also hoping that the Bobo M2 will work, or a 3D printer adapter at least, kind of like the Vive strap and such. Kimberly, Patreon of the show, she said definitely 256 gig or more, and also agrees with a battery strap or a 3D printer connector for her Vive strap. I feel like the 3D printer connector for the Vive strap is very likely, because it's not.
Yeah,
it won't be very much difference to the Quest 2 one, just needing obviously a hole cut out for the charger now and such. So I don't think that's a difficult thing, and I feel like people will put that together.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get into ours after this. Should I take them from here?
Yeah, go for it. You go for it.
Steve, my daughter's ready for me to upgrade so she can have full ownership of the Quest 2 without needing to share. And I hear that. Get more people into VR. I like it. I can't wait. I'm going to give away my Quest 2 for sure to a friend.
Yeah.
I might keep it around for Walkabout. I don't know. Jammy, I'd like more than 120 gigabytes, but happy to buy without accessories for day 1.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Bovidius, I'd love to have a trade-in program for the Quest 2. Amen. but don't think it's likely. Agree. I'll probably get a Quest 3 pretty soon after release.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just on that one alone, I can see them doing it. I was actually thinking about it earlier, and I was like, I can see them doing a trade-in program if the Quest 3 is not doing well. But then at the same time, would they probably just package some games in or something rather than, why would they want the Quest 2 back?
Here's what they do. They take the Quest 2 back at some sort of discount. They donate them all to schools, and then you're getting them in for education reasons.
That's a fantastic idea.
And then you're getting kids in Quests and into the Oculus brand. It's really a sick idea.
That's actually, bravo. That's a great idea. I hope Zuckerberg's listened to this, or someone. That's a great idea. I think that's a fantastic idea, because I was just thinking, what would they do with all these Quest 2s? But that's a good idea. Get more people into it by donating those Quest 2s to, maybe if you donate your Quest 2 to a school or a charity or something, then they give you like $150 rebate or something like that. Not much, but like something. That would be nice for sure.
I like it.
I like it. I like that idea. I would, on my kind of opinion, okay, let's just preface this by saying that no matter what, we're both going to buy it day one. Because
I do have one thing that might stop me, and there's only one thing that might stop me.
Okay, you go first. I'm intrigued.
The only thing that would stop me from being a day one purchaser is if Deckard comes out and or is announced and is significantly better.
Oh yeah, as we mentioned last podcast, that's when we might change to Let's Talk Deckard instead. Because I think I'll be on board. The ship has
sailed.
I think I'll be on board, to be honest. But that's interesting. I would say, well, like, okay, so
I also don't think it'll happen.
That's probably, it probably won't happen, but hopefully it would. But at some point, but probably won't happen. But yeah, so we will get it no matter what, because it's Let's Talk Oculus. And what's going on in your bottle there?
I'm trying to show off my walkabout sticker, but the light's too bright.
The light's too bright. The light's too bright. So we would get it no matter what. Let's Talk Oculus. If we don't have the latest hardware, then we need to have the latest hardware. But let's pretend, I'm just pretending myself, I'm putting myself out of the Let's Talk Oculus shoes and just a standard consumer who's got the Quest 2, who bought the Quest 2.
Dan, you say we need the latest hardware with the 64 gigabyte Quest 2.
I bought the 64 gigabyte Quest 2 on day one. Thank you very much. Day one, Best Buy. Thank you very much. Anyway, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was a standard consumer at that point. I didn't have a YouTube channel, let alone a podcast. Okay, so standard consumer. I would say, as someone who uses his Quest as much as he does, I don't use it as much as you or Jenna or anything like that, but someone who uses it as much as it does, 64 was this terrible idea, as we all know. Okay, I would get the 512. I'm assuming 512 would be the next step. I can't see them doing a 256. If they do, that would be annoying. But I can see them doing a 512, and I'm hoping it's $100 more. One of the other things that would get me to buy it day one would be a charging dock. One of my annoyances for the Quest 2, even like today, I was actually going to play Hubris. I was like, you know what? Let's get into some Quest 2 games for Let's Talk Oculus. I know Hubris is on Quest, but still. But it was completely dead. And it was like fully charged, but just because I've been away for I've not played it for the weekend. I think the last time I played it was Thursday, maybe, or something like that.
Do you leave it plugged in?
No, I don't leave it plugged in. No, because I put it back in its carrying case and put it into my wardrobe, so it's out the way.
Do you shut it down, or is it
No, it's just on sleep mode. It's just on sleep mode. And it dies. I should just shut it down, actually, thinking about it. But it just dies. So I had to plug it in, and it's flashing red, meaning it's completely dead. So I was like, okay, I'm not playing this. I'm looking at it now. It's now gone green. It's been on charge for a few hours. But
I leave mine plugged in. my battery be like a frail skeleton
So
at this
there we
point.
go. I would love a charging dock, so it's more enticing for me to plug it in. I know I could buy a charging dock, but they didn't come out till later on in its life cycle, and now there's no point, right? So a charging
I
dock.
used the one that came with the Quest Pro controllers.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You get all your devices.
That little guy. The controllers go on it, and then a USB-C comes out right from the
Oh, and then you
middle,
can
and
plug
it's
your. Oh, nice.
yeah.
That's nice. That's actually quite nice.
So it's not really a dock, but it's a dock enough.
It's a dock enough. But yeah, I would love a charging dock because that's what I loved about the Quest Pro, because it just sat on my desk and it was so enticing to just pick up and put it on, and you're in, and it was just there all the time. So I would love a official charging dock. I don't know, at the bottom of the Quest 3. I don't know. Some people are setting its microphones. There's 3 dots, but then they also look like the 3 dots of where you would charge. Like the Quest Pro controllers. Yeah, the ones that you're showing on camera now. Those 3 dots. So they look exactly like that too. But then other people are saying, or just said it's a mic. Essentially, that's essentially the mic and such. So I don't know. I don't think it's a mic, because a mic would just be normally just 1 dot, and it would be really small as well. It wouldn't be that big. So I'm hoping that enables, when they announce it, it comes with a charging arc. And I'd love an official. I'm a big official guy. I like my official stuff, even though they're not as good. For some reason, I like my official stuff. And charging that would be a big one. And then finally, the last one for me, because I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't doing this podcast and sometimes YouTube, I wouldn't bother buying the Quest 3 either. And not for a while anyway. Maybe not till after Christmas potentially. But the other thing that would be massive for me is big games. And I'm not talking about exclusives. I'm just seeing like Upload VR or Road to VR actually showing that, hey, look at Hubris on Quest 2, look at Hubris on Quest 3, look at this difference. I want to see a night and day difference.
They showed Hubris?
No. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to, like, for an example, right? That's what I want to see. Obviously, as someone who's tried the Quest Pro, the pancake lenses are such a big upgrade. It's worth it for me. But I'm just thinking of someone who's a consumer who probably wouldn't have never tried that Quest Pro, because I would have never tried it if I was just a standard consumer. So yeah, big games that look significantly better, or like noticeably better, or like loading times are noticeably better, something like that, right? Charging dock, and definitely more storage, like everyone else said. But how about you?
Well, I'm most excited for the pass-through cameras and the pancake lenses. I'm a day one getter. Thank you to the Patreons. Like and subscribe.
Done. but what if you weren't?
No, it needs, and it need. I mean, yeah, for the mixed reality, and
is it
probably that alone?
How about this? Is there anything? Let's say if the Deca does get announced. Let's say it does get announced. Is there anything that the Quest 3 can do that would be like, You say the Deca's not out this year, but they announce it and it says coming 2024. Is there anything that the Quest 3 can do that can be like, yeah, actually, no, I don't mind. Let's buy this now.
I have to wait till 2024.
Let's just say it's early 2024, around March.
If Deckard ain't coming out for Christmas time, I'm getting the Quest 3 for sure. That's
You know what I'm trying to say, though? Is there anything specific?
Like if it didn't do mixed reality, that type of deal?
No, like is there anything specific, like maybe an accessory or something that you'd wish that's out day one that you would get?
For the Quest 2.
For the Quest 3, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all my I think all the third-party accessories are gonna be there. I think there's gonna be boba. I think there's gonna be kiwi. I think there's gonna be VR cover stuff all day one. 100%. I think this. There's already been models of these existing in STL files. The companies have what the Quest, I think, probably what they.
Well, they had the massive leak, right? They had, like, if they just get the Sadly's Bradley's leak, which is pretty much spot on.
All that said, I do think my head strap, my Halo strap, will slide on since it's the slidey on one. and I'll just not cover what can't be covered.
Fair enough. I wonder
So
if this thing is strong enough, but yeah.
And if not, I'll just get a new strap. I'm not beholden to the first party strap anymore. Fool me once.
Shame on you. That's fair. I'm also this isn't okay. This is kind of giving me a tangent to another kind of topic, or just quite briefly here. Is there anything you've learnt from the Quest 2 in terms of your accessories that you would bring over or not bring over? Like, is there anything that you bought where you wouldn't bring over or you would bring over? Go for it. I see it.
No, it's get them all. Get them all. Get everything that could make this thing more comfortable.
But what have you bought for the Quest 2 which you'd want for the Quest 3?
My VR power battery that I'll probably just figure out how to get that over there for both its counterweight, and the boba one's probably better actually because they're a bit smaller and you can just hot swap them.
Yeah.
And the counterweight was enough. So those I want to get some sort of knuckle grips from these Quest Pro controllers. I don't mind the ones I have, but I want a more permanent solution that are sort of meant for them. They do slip out because there's no thing.
Ring.
So they're not going to slip all the way out because I have the wrist straps on, but they slide out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm playing Synthriders. I got to hold the grip or something while I'm playing. So that's the only thing I really want. VR cover, like a pleather, type of face thing. I want something soft on there.
Mm-hmm.
And
fair enough.
Yeah, I'll get them all.
I think, well, when I bought the Quest 2, I bought the Quest 2 and the Elite strap and the official carrying case and a VR cover. There were the 4 things that I bought. Just because I went along with reviews, how they said the strap is crap and the cover is
lens
nice.
cover. Lens cover is necessary too. Sorry.
A lens cover, interesting. I never used a lens cover, but then that's also because mine's always in its carrying case. That's probably why. But what I've learned from the Quest 2, and maybe this is worth doing a whole topic over later on, closer to the time of the Quest 3. But I like what I was going for in terms of I'm just looking at it as I'm trying to make a decision here, but
longingly.
I probably won't buy the official carrying case because that's been good the times I've taken it on travel, but then I've realized after having the Quest for 3 years now, right? Or almost getting up to 3 years, that I rarely take it out. I rarely take it out. I've taken it back to the UK twice, but in the end of the day, when I'm on vacation, normally I don't even touch it, even if I've bought it with me, unless I'm showing somebody. Kind of like you.
I bring it everywhere.
Yeah, which is totally fine. But I think for my use case, I realized that I don't really need that. I would like I said to you earlier, the charging dock where I could just sit it on the desk and now just pick it up because I'm not really going to use it out. VR cover I'll still go ahead with, because I really like the comfortability. But at the same time, I'm not going to buy these day one. I kind of, this time, instead of buying everything day one, I'm just going to buy the Quest and that's it. And I want to see how it actually feels with that strap. Because I didn't really put the strap on. I took it off immediately. I just trusted what people said, Oh,
I used it and it was terrible.
Yeah, I just trust. I trusted. I think I used it once, actually. I think I put it back on once. And it was just really heavy. I just remember. But I don't think I'm going to buy anything. I'm going to see what this new strap's about. I'm going to see what the new foam cover is about, and then be like, okay, yeah, VR, I'm going to buy it because it'll come in the week after or something like that, right? So I think I'm going to go accessory less, but intentionally charging dock, VR cover, and I'm with you with the knuckle grips. I would like knuckle grips, so I don't want any to intrude it. I just want a strap, like the Meta Quest official ones that just have a strap on the side. That's all I want. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that'll be I'm gonna think about this a bit more because this could be an interesting one. What have you learned from the Quest 2? But anyway, for people who are listening and watching, definitely comment below what have you learned from your Quest 2 and what you would change with your Quest 3, you know, what you would do differently. Let us know in the comments for sure. As you know, I would not get the basic 64 gig standard model because that was a bad idea, but we all know that one. Give me anything else that you were looking for and accessories that you would bring across. All right, that will do for part 1. Part 2, we'll talk about the VR news, so we'll see you then.
Hey, we know public lobbies in VR games can be a bit toxic, feel a bit empty at times. That's why we created the Let's Talk Oculus Discord, a friendly community that you can join for multiplayer meetups, general VR chat, the game, and chat about VR, fitness motivation, and there's even a very impressive 3D printing channel. Join over 100 of our community members in the Let's Talk Oculus Discord for free. The link is right in the description.
All right, welcome back to part 2 of Let's Talk Oculus. We're talking about the VR news, and we're going to start with the hot one, fresh off the press. Walkabout Mini Golf Laser Lair is coming on July 20th. And let me just read you the fun little press release here. A sinister plot blows up on July 20th. Mini golfers are being attacked with lasers as they putt through diabolical holes, avoiding reclusive supervillain Dr. Magnus Coldwell. Coldwell's a good doctor name. I feel like that's used in a lot of things. But anyway, in his lair on a volcanic island before a giant robot destroys us all. This sounds crazy. I feel like a big giant robot's going to be at the end of 18th hole. But I'm very excited about this one because I feel like this one is just, I think they're going to have a lot of fun with it, essentially. I think they're going to have a lot of fun with it, kind of like Upside Down. But I don't think it's going to be as wacky as that. I just think they're going to have a lot of fun with it. And there's going to be a lot of challenge holes. I think the night mode's going to be difficult with this one. This is my random, just judging on the thumbnail. But
I'm curious about the mechanic because they've shown lasers, but we're not exactly sure how these lasers will affect the ball. Does it evaporate and you've got to reshoot it?
Mm-hmm.
Does it divert it? Does it change it in some other way?
That's true. Or does it just slice your ball in half and now you're putting with 2 balls?
Now you got two balls.
No, I'm very excited about this one for sure. For the last Journey to Center of the Earth, we watched a movie in big screen for Journey to Center of the Earth, obviously. But for this one, what are we meant to do? We're meant to watch like Goldfinger, James Bond?
It. No, well that would also be a good choice. But we're gonna watch Austin Powers.
Yes,
we've got it set. We've got it set. So come on down to our Discord, learn about us. And that sounded weird. Come watch Austin Powers with us.
You can see
I think it's on the 23rd. We're doing it on the 23rd. It's a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
Yeah.
If you want to come watch Austin Powers in post preparation of this course, because it's 3 days after it releases, come on down.
Excellent. All right, moving on to the next one. Synthriders celebrates its 5th anniversary with 10 new songs. The Synthwave Essentials 3. 10 songs. You not got the amount of fingers. 10 songs. 10 is up here. 10. We got.
But it's the 5th anniversary.
5th anniversary. 10 songs. 5 of those songs are going to be free. The other 5.
It's half.
That is half or half or half. Half. 5 is free. 5 is paid. I won't name all the songs because there's a lot of songs.
Hold up. Synthwave Essentials 3, 10 songs. 5 are free, 4 paid. That's 9.
No, that's what I wrote in the script, and you've just exposed me. 5 free, 5 paid. Anyway, are you excited? You sound excited. You sound really excited.
I was hoping it came out today because that's when I started reading articles, and it does not. So I was disappointed, and tomorrow I'll be excited.
Yeah. It is out now for the time that you are all listening to this. All right, moving swiftly on. Meta Horizon Workrooms update. So finally announced almost 2 years ago when Horizon Workrooms was announced. Finally, the support for Zoom meetings are enabled. So essentially you need a Zoom One Pro license. So these are paid licenses. You can't just do it on free Zoom. So you can't just test this out unless you have Zoom. But the Pro, Business, Business Plus, or Enterprise subscription is needed from the host, and Zoom users will be able to see the Horizon Workrooms attendees, so you can, you will see the whole layout. It's basically like if you're in Horizon Workrooms and you have a webcam attached to your TV, and then you can see on the TV the Zoom participants too.
So they can see your entire workroom.
You can see, they can see the entire workroom.
So there could be multiple people in that one workroom.
Yes, but I'm not sure. There might be some, I'm not sure actually from the post because they have separate meeting rooms as well, whether you can just do that and then be on a one-to-one. So I'm assuming they have support for that as well. But the screenshot they showed was just everyone in the conference.
Does this intrigue you?
I think this is a good idea. I think it's needed. Immersed has this like digital webcam that it's had for ages, and it doesn't intrigue me. I'm glad it's a feature. I've been waiting for this one. I think we tried to like mess around to see if we could ever do the podcast in workrooms, and because this feature was lacking, it wasn't really possible to do it.
Now he said buy Zoom. So
yeah. The thing is, the problem with this is the fact that what I realize is that even though you're on Zoom and you can see the participants, because the participants are all avatars, it breaks it a little bit. I don't think it works as well,
I'm sure there are dozens of people who are excited about this and will use it.
Here's the pro of this though. When you're in Horizon, you can do your prototyping or anything like that. You can show off maybe a model. You could do the whiteboard stuff in person. That will look fine in Zoom. So there's not pros and cons, but like uses and concerns of like, is this going to be actually any useful? And we'll just see what gets populated, for sure. But yeah, that's Horizon Workrooms. Moving on, we've got there was a new app that got released this week, I believe. I think it's called Threads. Threading the needle, kind of threads. It's basically Twitter, but Meta made a version of it. And Andrew Bosworth, CTO of Meta, for his first post was a completely clear plastic Quest Pro. And he explains that these were given to some employees who worked on it. And I'm not going to lie, Samson, it looks pretty wicked. I love these clear plastic stuff.
It looks very cool. It reminded me of the Game Boy Pocket. And there were also apparently Quest 2s made in the same manner for some employees.
That's cool.
And I think they need to offer different color schemes going forward.
They should.
I'd pay at least $30 more for a color. Is that stupid? Probably.
Hey, people buy on their cars. You get the base model car in red or whatever, and it's free. But if you want to get the black version, it's an extra $1,000.
There you go.
People do that.
$30 and more storage. Combine them. Make all the unique storage, big storage, unique colors.
I don't think it's out the question for them to do colors. I don't think it's out the question. I think it's still there. They've only shown the Quest 3, but they have no idea what the SKUs are. They don't know if there's controller SKU. You don't know if there is going to be any colors. And I don't think there's going to be a special clear plastic one like this. That's more just for like fun display, but it would be cool if they did do different versions of the Quest Pro, or do it. I don't think it will, but it'll be fun if they adopt something like the PlayStation has and like the Xbox 360 used to have, where you can just take the faceplates off and kind of just customize it however you want. So the PS5, you can make it hot pink and hot blue, or baby blue rather, or something like that if you wanted to.
Or baby pink.
Hot blue doesn't work, but hot pink and baby pink work. Interesting.
Tickle me pink.
Moving on. Iron Man VR, which is on the Quest, has now received a permanent 25% off. It is now $30. I believe it was $40 before.
I think so. Something like that.
Now it's $30, which is much better,
permanently.
much better. I played it ages ago. I spoke about it on the podcast ages ago. Iron Man VR, never finished it like anything else on Quest. I might as well not say that now because it's just a given. But really fun, just a really fun game.
You make me seem like I finished a lot of games.
That's true. Yeah, my buying to finishing ratio is probably less than yours though.
Yeah.
Or less than, or probably more than yours.
Well, I don't know.
Of how many games you buy compared to
Dead Space.
I didn't finish Dead Space,
Right.
but that's not a VR game. We didn't talk about that anyway. Iron Man VR. You should buy it if you've not bought it anymore before. Especially if you're into anything Marvel or anything in the MCU, it's such a fun game, especially for you, Samson, that you got the Quest Pro controllers because it works really well because you have to put your controllers behind you. Per se, I mean, you can do it slightly in front of you, but like the immersion's behind you, and it works perfectly with the Quest Pro.
Then you can scoot around.
Yeah, I would say, and plus, if you had another 25% discount from like a referral or something like, I can't give those out because I'm Canadian. Well, I'm.
Oh, that's why you don't have any?
No, I can't give any referrals out. No, US only. I can't. I don't think I can even use them.
Come on down. Really?
No,
Come
I've
on
tried
down to our
using them
Discord if you're not in Canada.
Yeah, if you're in America, then just go onto the Discord. There's an Oculus app referrals, and we've got a bunch on there that people post.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Man is worth it. Moving on, we've got Sony's Mocopi, or however you want to call it. The Quest compatible VR chat body trackers are now launching in the US this week, actually. So if you remember, these are 6 AirTag-like buttons that you can put on your wrists, on your ankles, on your head.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Those kind of buttons. They're a set of 6 and it's compatible on VR chat, so you can get full body tracking. They are coming at a cost. They'll come at 450 smackaroonies. A big amount. No integration with PSVR 2 at this moment, but does integrate with the Quest, as I mentioned. It also works with game tools like Unity, so if you are a developer, it does work with that. But I don't know what the gist is about that. Is that just no one's really implemented this with their game yet? That's probably why. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it might just be in VR chat right now, right?
Only VR chat for now, yeah. But I think that's just more because they mentioned that it works with Unity. I'm wondering if developers can implement this to more games if they wanted to. Because that's a big.
Unfortunately, the biggest crowd for full body tracking is probably VR chat, and VR chat doesn't exist on PSVR 2, so there's no real reason for Sony to make them on PSVR 2 because no game would utilize. It's for social games, and they don't really have them.
Yeah, the only other game would be Rezel, but that was not on PSVR 2. Rezel Player 22, where you could like kick a soccer ball by just having the tracker on your ankle or something like that, which would be cool. But at $450, that's $50 less than the Quest 3. They're way too expensive.
But it is cheaper than most full body tracking options.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for full body tracking, solid option.
Yeah, if it applies to or like more Steam kind of games or VR games that kind of take advantage of that.
I feel like if you're into full body tracking, you're into VR chat, and that's your thing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You're not really going to use this for many other games. I can't imagine. What do you need full body tracking? Dancing games, potentially. Rezel, potentially. You could also get, a football trainer on the outside for cheaper than $450, maybe.
So yeah, maybe not. maybe for 4 weeks worth max. Yeah, I don't know. You could have it with Hubris, and you could like kick some people instead.
Okay, a blade and sorcery. You're
There
right.
we go. There we go. So I feel like if full body tracking was more of a normal thing, a lot of people will utilize it. It's just too expensive for it to be normalized.
What do you think a fair price is for full body tracking?
I think buying a set of 6 at $4.50 is probably fair compared to what you just said to me in terms of what full body tracking is. But I would happily pay for a set of 2 that I could just have on my ankles to do like.
Oh, do they only sell in 6?
They're only selling 6. Gotcha. So if it was like $80 or 75 or however that math holds up, I would happily buy 2. And I like how you're calculating it right now. I can see on your face. 75. I got it pretty close. Yeah. $75 for 2. I would buy that. Because I would have them on my ankles, and then for games like Wrestle, if they take advantage of it, I would use it and such. And you'll have leg tracking. So if they come in a set 2 for sure, but a set 6 seems like overkill. But I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the final news story.
You'd probably need 4 to be fair. I feel like you'd need the knee joint. You'd need one above the
that's
like on
true.
Your thigh or something.
That's okay. Now you lost me. On to the final news story. And this is an old one, but we haven't really mentioned it since it got actually
an old one, but a good one.
The MetaQuest Plus subscription service is official. You did speak about it when we did you did the podcast with Jenna before it was like officially announced, but now it's official. It's $7.99 per month or $60 annually. The first 2 games are Pixel Ripped and Pistol Whip and Pixel Ripped.
Nailed it.
Fun fact, though, if you sign up before the end of July, you get your first month for just $1, which I'm very tempted to. I just want to complete Hubris first. And then,
you don't have these games?
I don't have Pixel Ripped. And this is the first Pixel Ripped. I can't remember what 1990 or 8. I can't remember whatever the first one was. It's $1 if you sign up. I think it's a great deal. But we'll talk about it in a sec. Walkabout and Mother Gunship Forge is out for the August games. And just how like PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Games with Gold works. You keep the title as long as you're a Quest subscriber, which makes a lot of sense. I know you spoke about it on the Jenna episode, but any further thoughts?
Yeah, I can talk further on it.
Go for it.
This is ideal for someone new to the Quest ecosystem. This would be great to have as a gift, but you cannot gift it. It's not for me. I own all 4 of these games. And that's most of my thoughts.
I thought you were gonna hit me with some paragraphs there.
It's a really good deal if you don't own, even if you own a quarter of these or half, maybe. I need to wait. I'm not going to get it before there's a game I don't own because that just doesn't make sense. I would have already gifted this to somebody though if I could. I would have paid $60 to gift this to someone for sure.
Yeah, I really like the idea of it. I mean, it's an idea that's been done for ages now. Different though on Xbox and PlayStation. It's kind of a bonus to get these free games because you're paying for the online service.
Yeah, no one gets those services for the free games.
No one buys PlayStation Plus because they want 2 free games. That's just like a bonus, which is kind of nice. Yeah. Unless you buy the more expensive PlayStation Plus tiers, but that's a different conversation. And then Nintendo, once again, you pay, I think, $25 or $30 or something like that a year for the online. But then it also comes with the N64 collection and the Game Boy Advance collection and maybe some extra stuff and all the Mario Kart DLC courses. Like, it's different than just having 2 free games every so it's a little different. There's kind of different everywhere. I think that this is annually maybe a little bit too much to spend on these for the first year.
Yo, it's 24 games for $60.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking that because the Nintendo one's really cheap. I'm conflicted. Okay. I think
it also depends on the quality of these games. I'll say that. I wish we knew more about what was coming. They got some bangers here. These first four, all great options, all great games. And Walkabout's probably going to make bank on DLC from this.
Yeah,
And,
for sure. Now, I think it's a good
yeah.
idea. Honestly, I think you say you're someone's new to the quest and such. This seems like a little bit of a no-brainer at times, but then maybe it isn't. Maybe if someone who only plays a couple games or so is like, you know what, I'm happy to just Walkabout and such, they'd rather probably buy Walkabout and such like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I am very attracted to this proposition, and I am very tempted to purchase it. To tell you the truth, I probably just want to do the $1 just to get Pixel Ripped because I want to play Pixel Ripped. But
You don't want to get yourself too deep.
No, but I am a guy who plays very little VR compared to a normal VR enthusiast, in my opinion. I like me some VR. Do a podcast on VR. Occasionally does a YouTube channel on VR, but I end up playing normally the similar type of games. I end up playing Walkabout a lot. Among Us when we were in the Discord. It's very rare that I actually play the quest for just one player games.
Single player.
Yeah. It's been less and less as the time's gone by. And I don't know if that's because the PlayStation VR is a thing now in my life, but I would be appealed to this because I own a lot of games for sure. When there's a quest sale on, I probably own a lot of those as well because I'm similar to you in terms of if there's a sale on and I'm interested, I will just pick it up because I'll have it and I'll play it eventually.
Yeah.
But I won't buy it. I don't have the library as you, but I think this is appealing. I just, what I would do is probably I'm planning to sign up for the $1 for the month, get Pixel Ripped, play Pixel Ripped, and then to shut off the subscription until something else appealing comes on, and do it that way. But I would be tempted through next year to go for the annual and just commit to the annual, I would be tempted. I just feel like right now, and this makes sense, but I feel like the games that they're going to put out from now until the end of the year, for the initial first few months, are going to be most of the games that we probably own because they're probably going to be their more heavy hitters / popular titles to get people interested in the service, i.e. what we've just seen.
If you cancel it for 4 months, it becomes worth it to do monthly, right? 8 times 7.
You're saving
56.
$20 by going. No, you're saving $28. I got that math right. You're saving $36 if you're going annually.
Okay.
So
that's 4 months at $8.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, I'm tempted to get it. For those.
But I think you're right. I think there's probably going to be 4 months where you're not interested.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense for you to do the monthly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And $60 still seems quite a lot to me. I don't know why. I need to collect my thoughts on this one. But it seems like
it really depends on the games that come. $60 with what they've offered right now seems like it could be worth it, but it could be not as great of releases. If Resident Evil 4 comes out on it, they need some of their own. Beat Saber should come out on it probably.
I don't think so. That's the thing. I disagree. I think Beat Saber, Pistol Whip, Walkabout, I feel like these type of games shouldn't be on the service because one, they're very popular, but second of all, more because they're normally the type of games that you play and want to keep playing over and over again in a game loop.
That's the point.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's the point. You're right. Well, like Pixel Ripped, you play it, you finish it, then you'll move on to the next game, and that appeals to me.
However,
but I think
Pixel Ripped is a series.
It is a series, yeah. If I play this one, that makes sense, and I like it. It makes me get the second one. It's like putting Walking Dead first one out to make you get the second one. That's absolutely fine. But Pistol Whip and Walkabout is an interesting one to me. Walkabout especially, where you would buy it and you'll have a good time with it, but then, you get it on the subscription, but then most likely you would actually buy the game rather than keep subscribing to keep the rights of Walkabout. I don't know it. You know, yeah, I don't know if you that like I'm not sure. I understand why they put those in there to get people in, and then wanting to get DLC and keep paying for.
They're also all great games to start people in VR in.
They are, yeah, they are.
And Walkabout wants to sell DLCs. This is a great monetary decision.
Yeah, I might be thinking of it just on a
games.
selfish. I just want these specific games so I can pay it monthly because I just want these specific games that I'm literally going to play.
But that's the thing. If you really want them, you can buy them. But this will give you a taste of 24 games for $60, and then you could cancel and buy your favorite 4.
Yeah.
If you wanted or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think, and if you don't want to necessarily commit yourself to the Oculus ecosystem, right? You don't want to keep all your games there in case one day you want to switch headsets. It makes sense for you to rent games.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. I think maybe I'm thinking a little bit more what I would want, but then on a more of a general everyone consumer level, that kind of makes more sense for sure.
I mean, we know what I want. I wanted all these games. I bought them.
True that. And that will end part 2. That's a good way to end part 2. All right, that's part 2 of the VR news. Part 3, we were talking about games out this week where we have a couple and anything else. So we'll see you then. Let's Talk Oculus is available on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to see the video version, it's available on YouTube and Spotify. And also, if you love us so much, then consider throwing us $1 at patreon.com/letstalkoculus. Back to the show. All right, welcome back to part 3, games out this week and anything else. Samson, kick it off with The Wolf.
Operation Wolf returns. First mission VR. A few months ago, a new criminal organization made its appearance. In addition to trafficking arms and drugs, it has developed a new, super powerful weapon. After discovering several of the bases of the organization, led by the mysterious General Viper, 2 agents are dispatched to learn more about this weapon and free the hostages held in the surrounding camps. The reinterpretation of the cult arcade action game released in 1987.
I like how I put that as a little note for us. And you just, yeah, do you ever hear of this game? This was an arcade game back in the day.
Nah, maybe. I don't think so. I did play the Operation. I think they made the other Operation Warcade.
Okay.
Game? I could be mistaken.
Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna raise my voice because I'm really not sure.
Yep.
But if they did, that was a pretty good game.
I think anyone who knows this game from the arcade days probably has nostalgia and is probably looking forward to this because it seems like a fun.
I'm interested.
Like a fun arcade game. Even the old one back in the 80s, that even looked really fun as a game back in then. So yeah, I mean, let us know when you play it. I'm intrigued. It's probably not going to be something. This is something that I would like to be on the subscription service, and I will just pick it up and just play it and just see where we're at. So it is what it is. You ready for the next one?
I am. I believe the developers are different, by the way, of those 2 games, Operation Warcade, Operation Wolf. But Operation Wolf does look good. I'm interested.
Okay, fair enough. Upidigrad, The Lost Station. This is Upidigrad 2, might I add. Comes out on the day of release of this podcast. Upidigrad 2, The Lost Station is a standalone sequel to the highly acclaimed Upidigrad. It's fun to say. Known for its satisfying movement system and twisted Slavic humor. Is that Slavic humor?
Slavic.
I was like, okay. Sounds cool.
Yeah, having too much fun. Upidigrad.
Yeah, Upidigrad. Sounds cool. Well, here's part 2.
No,
Upidigrad. And you don't, let me continue. And you don't even know how. I don't want to continue. Okay. So these are bullet points, so this might sound a bit weird as I say them out of context, but mysterious activity on the space station to investigate. Do you think that there is some bad guy doing all these shenanigans? Loyal cyber companion Alicia is there to help you get out of trouble and serve you some not so funny jokes. Advanced equipment to swing around corridors and ropes position yourself on air during flights, just like a true acrobat. Armies of aggressive drones and robots just waiting to make your life miserable. Different gadgets and weapons to find on the station. How cool is that? Some puzzles to solve, but just a few. The station is a real mess. I'm afraid you'll have to figure out how to move around, is what it says. That's Jupiter. Did you ever play the first one?
Yeah, I got stuck at some point and then never went back to it.
They have cool, like, comic book style graphics that I dig. Kind of Borderlands-esque kind of style, if anyone's played that. Yeah. And they have, like, the swinging mechanic in this one, so, like, the grab and such, so you can swing like Spider-Man as you go through. You got stuck in this.
Yeah, it's a puzzler kind of platformer type of deal.
Okay, fair enough.
And I couldn't figure out how to get through. But yeah, it does. The mechanics are nice. It feels good.
Yeah, I feel like we've known about this one for a while, but I've never played this.
Live Open Mic has a review out on YouTube. You should all check it out.
There we go. Yeah,
it also plays like a Metroidvania. Sorry. Yeah, that was a big part.
See, this is once again a type of game that I like on the monthly Oculus Plus. I forget what it's called. I closed the script. MetaQuest.
Well, listen, it was a Pico exclusive, so they couldn't have had it.
The first one's a Pico exclusive.
No, this one.
Okay, yeah, that's
for 30 days.
Sorry, I meant the first one to be on the thing to kind of tie in, just like they've done Pixelbit. But it is what it is. Maybe it is going to come and such. But I'm intrigued if anyone's played Jupiter Grad 1. Let us know if you're going to pick this up. Samson, anything else that's on your mind? Anything 2D? Anything Pancake? Anything? I don't know. Anything else?
Yeah, I started playing Returnal for about 40 minutes or so. Very fun.
It's on PC now.
It is. That's where That's where I've been playing it. But honestly, most of the time, I just want to get in VR and be more immersed. So I haven't gone back to it. I did enjoy. I
heard it's an incredibly hard game, but a beautiful game.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Yeah,
it feels like Geometry Wars if they made it into a third-person shooter.
They are. They did. I'm not sure if they created Geometry Wars, but they did create Resogun. I don't know if you played Resogun on the PlayStation, which was an amazing launch day title for PlayStation 4. Actually, might be one of the best launch day titles, Resogun. It's sick.
Launch day.
Right, Resogun's wicked. And they also did another one on the Vita, and I forget, which was a really popular one. It's by Housemarque Games. It's been on my list, but I keep getting told that it's incredibly difficult. And I've gone into games that are incredibly difficult and just not had a good time. As much as I wanted to play it, just not a good time. So yeah. I've kind of avoided it, but it looks beautiful. At the end of the day, I picked up WWE 2K23 because I was in the mood.
Was it on sale?
It was. Yeah, it was. It was on sale. And then I also had a $25 voucher too. So it was all hunky-dory. And I've wanted that game since it came out in April. And I said, I'm not going to buy it because it's a sports game and I'm going to probably play it for 5 minutes and not play it again. So I'm just going to wait. And lo and behold, it's been a few months and I've still wanted it. So I've just bought it. And I've been playing it for long.
It is big sale on Steam too.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with that. What else is happening? New Mario Kart DLC is coming out this week with the booster courses on Switch, and I'm really excited because Vancouver is one of the courses in there, and they have all the monuments and such. So definitely be downloading that this week and getting me. Well, I have to unpack my Switch from my box and put it back up.
I played some Switch with my college buddies at the bachelor party. We played some Mario Kart, Super Smash, and Tower Fall.
Oh, nice! Yeah, I like Tower Fall.
Yeah, that's what I was best at, but nobody wanted to play
Oh.
because everybody else.
I had Tower Fall.
Good.
I'm pretty sure I had Tower Fall for the Vita or PS4. I can't remember which, but yeah, I know. I used to love Tower Fall. It was really good. Good co-op game or multiplayer game rather.
Yeah, and on the Switch you can get 6 people playing at once.
Sick. That's wicked. Speaking about like MetaQuest subscription, the PlayStation Plus subscription had 3 games. They had Call of Duty Cold War, and I've not played a Call of Duty game for a very long time.
Alan Wake.
And Alan Wake as well, but Call of Duty first. Went in. I'm not playing multiplayer because I've suck at Call of Duty multiplayer now. I'm too old.
I bought that one actually.
Did you? I
think so.
The playing the campaign with the PlayStation 5 triggers is absolutely wicked.
It's Cold War, right?
It's Cold War, yeah, Cold War.
Yeah.
It's like a white.
We should do some zombies sometime.
Can we do that? Is it? I guess we could.
Yeah, it's crossplay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do that for sure. On the PlayStation controller, it is wicked. Everything's like with the triggers, everything's like whoa. The zoom in is like harder to press. All the guns feel really cool. I don't know what you're doing right now. You're doing some weird things, but yeah, that was wicked. It might be one of the best trigger experiences I've ever felt on the PlayStation 5.
It was triggering.
Trigger experiences. The triggers are really cool, and yeah, it also came with Alan Wake and such. But I've never played Alan Wake, and I've always wanted to play it. But now I can. But I want to save it for like when it gets dark. I think it feels like when it's more of a winter type of game. But
did you NBA 2K was one as well, right?
No, it was this Fox game. This Fox game, which I did play a little bit about too. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say the triggers felt really cool. But yeah, that's everything gaming wise. I watched a Steam Deck video today and got tempted because it's on sale.
It's on sale.
I know.
I bought a lot in this Steam sale. Too much.
Did you?
I haven't played much of it other than Returnal yet. So, but there's a lot there.
Typical Samson. All right, let's wrap the show up. That'll do. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. We will be back next week for your regular scheduled programming. Or a guest. I forget.
Yeah, probably a guest.
Probably a guest.
See you next time on Let's Talkoculus.
Bye.